I have been waiting for this day since last 6 months because I wanted to share a great news with all of you. Good evening, welcome everybody. Welcome to this special webinar where we are talking about career scope and applications of bioinformatics, AI, ML, and coding in biological research. I'm your host Shekhar, and I am waiting everyone else to join from all the social media platforms. So welcome everyone from LinkedIn, from Twitter, X, and of course our beloved YouTube fans. Thank you so much for subscribing and attending this live. So I have a special agenda for today. All right. So hello Hira, thanks for waiting, and Aarti, good evening, and everybody out there. This is going to be a special, exciting broadcast about AI, ML, bioinformatics, and coding. And why are we talking about it at all? That's a question to be asked. Because till date, you knew Biotechnica as a company which used to provide opportunities, right? But in the process of doing so many projects with so many companies, we stumbled on a great discovery, okay? We found out that all these companies have a pain point. So we tried to solve that pain point, okay? So right now, Biotechnica has 3 projects on bioinformatics and AI/ML from a Swiss company, a Kenyan company, and an Indian company. Now, one is on drug discovery, one is on malaria and dengue, and another is on gene sequencing, where we're using bioinformatics, we're using AI/ML, and we are using the power of us to do the great things. So Benjamin Soul of Honey, that's a nice name. Good evening, and welcome to this webinar. While we all are just warming up for this session, I want to tell you this, that finally we clicked, the great idea clicked, and Biotechnica has started offering bioinformatics services to several governmental, non-governmental, and private companies, right? A lot of PhD students are also now approaching us with their biological data saying that, hey, can you help us with that? So what really changed? Well, this is 2024, and 2024 means we are living in the future. Truly speaking, yes, we are. And then ChatGPT happens. I'm sure you must have used it. And then ChatGPT was launched somewhere around, I think, November of 2022, roughly, more or less. And then all the companies jump in: Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Twitter, like Mr. Elon Musk. Everybody jumps in to create LLMs, Facebook, right? So all these companies try to create large language models. But our bioinformaticians were sitting and watching, okay, what's really going to happen with this? Can we really use AI for our bioinformatics work? Well, the answer is yes. Now, at the same time, bioinformatics itself is huge, huge, huge. There is so much which we can do for biotechnology research through bioinformatics. The problem is this, okay? So let me define the problem statement. If you don't know bioinformatics, if you don't know AI/ML and or coding, then probably, and if you are into research, then probably when you're doing your PhD or when you're a scientist, you'll have to hire someone or outsource your data to someone to get the job done. So there are two approaches: either you outsource it or and pay, or you do it yourself. Now, whichever suits you, do it. But today we are here to talk about career scope and applications of bioinformatics, AI, ML, and coding, and we have two of our experts. Unfortunately, the third expert could not join because of her bad health. But never mind, we have Dr. Prakriti and Mr. Prodyut Banerjee with me, who are going to talk about all this, right? So let's welcome our scientists, Dr. Prakriti and Prodyut. Hi, Pradyut, and hi, Prakriti. How are you doing, guys?
Hello
Yeah,
everyone.
hello, sir. Hello, everyone.
Good evening. So, Dr. Prakriti and Mr. Pradyut, if you could quickly introduce yourself to our audience because they're meeting you for the first time.
Okay.
You may go first. Yeah.
Yeah. Pradyut?
Okay. I may start. So, hello everyone. My name is Prodyut Banerjee, and I am a scientist here at Biotech Infolab. And today we are going to discuss about the career scopes in bioinformatics, and whatever you want to ask, you can ask freely. What is bioinformatics? What are its application, and much more. Okay. So
Good.
we are here.
Good.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So, next, Prakriti, if you could introduce yourself to our audience.
Hello, everyone. So, I am Dr. Prakrity Singh. I have done my PhD in computational biology and chemistry. So, today we will discuss about the opportunities related to the different AI and machine learning based technique that can be incorporated in biology and how we can solve the biological data. Like we are having a data in thousands and lakhs, and we require different AI ML techniques to solve these drug related property and different toxicological aspects. So it's very important to understand about the AI ML techniques in and their incorporation in the bioinformatics.
Right. So that was a great introduction there. Thank you, Dr. Prakriti and Dr. Pradyut, Mr. Pradyut. So, guys, before we jump into the actual thing, we're going to have a Q&A, right? So feel free to ask your questions in the chat box and we'll pick that up. But in the meanwhile, let's start by talking about bioinformatics and how it is revolutionizing biotechnology. Any one of the experts would like to talk about that?
Yeah. So I may take the question.
Sure, please go ahead.
So bioinformatics is basically, as the name suggests, bioinformatics. So it is, if you break the components of bioinformatics, we have biology, information technology, computer science, and statistics. Okay. So in this particular field, you have to be adaptive to acquire knowledge of many disciplines. Okay, because bioinformatics is basically an interdisciplinary subject. So as it is an interdisciplinary subject, that means it has multiple disciplines to deal with. Okay, so first of all, you need to have the knowledge of biology. You all must be having, being a biologist. Okay, but the main part, the tricky part here comes is the incorporation of computational knowledge. Okay, and what computational knowledge does, and why do we need the computational knowledge in the first place? Okay, so we need the computational knowledge in order to get things done in a speedy way and with higher accuracy. Okay, like previously we had, like it is also a field where apart from adaptiveness, you have to be learning constantly, because because it is a research field. Anyways, you have to learn in a exponential manner, and as we have the computational part to it, so computer is always like developing day by day. Previously we used to have like classic computers, then we moved to high performance computing clusters. Okay, cloud computing, then we moved to supercomputers, and now we have quantum computers. Okay, so in drug biology also, it is very much revolutionizing the whole process, because initially, like to do a particular docking or simulation process, we need, like we needed much of computational power, and that used to take much of our time. Okay, and nowadays we can do a simulation of millisecond in 2 or 3 days. So that is where the transformation of bioinformatics has happened. So
Right.
further, I request Dr. Prakriti to continue. Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Prakriti, would you like to add something? Your audio is not coming, Prakriti. My mic is muted.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. So, because due to the huge number of data and there are lots of data gaps are already existing to solve the different type of problems related, like if we have to go move ahead inside the drug discovery projects, we should know about the protein. So there are multiple existing tools that are incorporated with the AI ML techniques, AI and machine learning based algorithms. So using those tools and techniques, we can easily solve the our problem. Like I want to give an example of AlphaFold that is completely based on the artificial intelligence and machine learning based program to solve the protein structure prediction. So it can solve the structure of a protein in minutes, so that we can proceed to our studies and we can reduce the time frame of the drug discovery process. So thank you.
Right. So that's a good one addition, Prakriti. All right. So, guys, before I go ahead, I can see a very important question coming in from Soul of
Yes.
Honey. I'm not sure what's her full name, real name. So, Soul of Honey has a question saying that, so she has a botany, probably botany student. So, can a botany student learn bioinformatics and all of this? Over to you guys.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very important for botany students also, because whenever you for any plant or species, anything you are going, you must have the information about their genetic information or gene related information to related to all the plants or anything. So study these their genes genetics. It's very important to know the bioinformatics, cause for their phylogeny analysis, their sequence alignment. It's very important to know the bioinformatics. Using the computational tools, you can easily solve the problem related to the plant based queries or questions.
All right. So,
Yes. So I may
yeah. So,
add something to it.
go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead, please.
Yeah, so Honey, actually, you obviously the botany students can use bioinformatics in a very useful manner. If I have to take an example, there is a database called IMPACT. Okay, database. That is a second version that has come. Okay, IMPACT 2. So that has a collection of all the medicinal plants that those are available and till now. Okay, so you can have the particular components of all the plants, medicinal components of the plants, the druggable compounds, as well as if you want to extract more information like secondary metabolites, what are the primary metabolites, okay, and what are the uses of those, you can do using that particular database. And there are much more. I have just given you an example. Okay.
Right, right. So that was a great addition again, Pradyut. Really appreciate your energy. In fact, I will appreciate the energy of both of you. So, guys, who are watching this, this is a very important thing which I wanted to add is either you learn it or in future pay someone to do it. Karna to padega, you will have to do it. If you are going into biological research, you will need bioinformatics, you will need AI/ML. If you don't learn it, you'll have to pay someone to do it. So, choice is yours. But if you learn today, then your journey will be more important for others also and for your own career also. Let's start by talking about OpenAI. So, how many of you have heard of OpenAI? I'm sure most of you would have. So, OpenAI is a company which pioneered the chat GPT, the first, almost you can say the first LLM, large language model. But what was the impact of that? The impact was multiple other companies jumped in to do similar things, like Google introduced the Bard and the Gemini. Then Microsoft also teamed up with OpenAI, and followed by that, you saw Grok being launched by Twitter. But in the middle of this, there is something which we saw, and that is called as competition. See, these companies compete for the same thing. Now, the same thing if we apply into the biotech space, recently a biopharmaceutical company from India tried to compete with its international counterparts. The name of that company is Dr. Reddy's. Dr. Reddy's came up with this Origin.ai, drug discovery, AI powered, ML powered drug discovery platform, wherein they're pioneering now, just like OpenAI. Now, Dr. Reddy's is going to be a pioneer in AI, ML, and drug discovery in India for this particular task. Now, that means the competition is going to heat up among all the drug discovery companies. And slowly but similarly, competition will heat up in agri-tech space, health tech space, you name it, any life science space will see this kind of competition heating up. So basically, learning bioinformatics is no longer enough. You'll have to learn your AI ML also. So in the meanwhile, please feel free to ask your questions, guys. So we have a question from Pranav Education. He says, bioinformatics versus biotechnology, which is best as per current scenario and future? Over to the experts.
Yes. So I may answer the question first.
Sure, please.
So if you are asking bioinformatics versus biotechnology, so it is not always versus. Okay. So bioinformatics is driven from biotechnology, and it is used for the betterment of biotechnology only. Okay. So if you incorporate bioinformatics pipelines in biotechnology, you can have much more fruitful results, as well as better visualization, as well as good publication. Nowadays, the publication trend, if you see, okay, you have hybrid papers. Okay, hybrid paper means that you have a wet lab experiment. Okay, then you have a dry lab experiment, and you have a paper on that particular thing. Or you can do further that you do the screening part using dry lab, and further you move on to the wet lab for the validation. So that is a standard protocol. Okay. So if you are going to compare, so I think the comparison is not the right way. Okay, incorporation and going together is the right way. Yeah.
Wonderful answer there. Yeah. Prakriti, would you like to add something?
No, sir, he
He,
explained
he
very well.
nailed it. He nailed it, right? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Good, good. So, guys, in the meanwhile, I can see more questions coming in. Feel free to ask your questions because this is all about all of you. See, we are here for the next 1 hour, probably, or 45 minutes to answer any and every query which you guys might have, because it's our students, it's our subscribers who empower us, and we will do anything and everything to help you grow in your career. Okay. So, like Prodyut said, you can't say this is good or that is better. Instead, you have to get into the integration of both. Okay. The integration is the answer to the success of your research and to your success in your career. Now, moving forward, the question to be asked now, which I would like to put forth in front of our expert, is okay. So somebody has learned bioinformatics, right? How many days or months do you think they will need to become a master of a bioinformatics tool, per se, any tool you take, and then they will be ready for their research? What's your take on that?
So, may I?
Yes, please go ahead.
uh, I'll suggest at least minimum 3 months training is required to be in expert in up. I'll not say in whole bioinformatics. I'll say that in a particular domain. Like if anyone want to be expert in drug discovery, then minimum to understand the whole procedure, 3 months training will be required. And for if they want to do an NGS analysis or training, that for that also the minimum 3 months will
Minimum
be
3
required.
months
Yeah.
required, right? Pradyut, would you like to add something?
No, I have similar thoughts on this. 3 months is the basic minimum. Okay.
Right,
and
right.
I would also suggest that the chronological order should be followed. According to me, it is my personal view on this, that
Mm-hmm.
first you should learn the basics of bioinformatics. That is starting with basic databases, okay, primary databases, secondary databases. Then you move on to the multi-omics, data to handle, and further you move on to the programming part of it. And from the programming you derive from the programming algorithm you derive certain things to go further to AI, ML, and the more advanced versions of the bioinformatics. That's it.
Right, right. So I hope that answers your question, Pranav. All right. So next question, which I would like to ask our expert is, okay, 3 months of training in a particular domain is enough, but to do an independent research where, of course, dry lab and wet lab both will be involved, or say only dry lab, if somebody wants to build a reputation in bioinformatics or for that matter AI/ML, they need to publish papers, right?
Yeah.
So what's your opinion, like minimum how much they will need to publish a good paper in a well-to-do journal? Is there any duration we can name it, or will it depend on the project or the research which they're doing? Over to you guys.
So, may I?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, if I'll suggest 3 months will be required to conduct the experiments, or then after that, I feel like around 1 month will be required to the analysis of the results. In bioinformatics, one thing is also very important to analyze the result. Because if we randomly will give some data and we want to expect the perfect outcome will be coming, it is not going to happen. It will always be like, if we'll give the garbage, it will throw the garbage. It will work on the garbage in garbage out technique. So it's very important to conduct the experiments. After that, it will take around 1 month to analyze your result, and to write a perfect paper it will take 2 months, uh,
Right. So
uh,
more or less 6 months.
around 6 months for a
Right.
whole
Yes.
project.
And that would be assisted, of course our scientists will be assisting the students in doing that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Pradyut, would you like to add something quickly before we jump to the
No,
next question?
my thoughts are also same on this. Like minimum 6 months is required, and 1 month would be very much good, but 6 month minimum is required.
All right. So, like Pradyot said, and I would like to add something like chronology here. So, first month goes into training, 3 months goes into perfecting and getting your data out, and the last month goes into interpreting that data and writing a research paper and finally getting it published, right? So, more or less 6 months is required if you really want to switch completely into bioinformatics AI/ML. And if you just want to learn bioinformatics, of course, like they said, 1 month or something like that should be sufficient. All right. So now we have a question from a very creative person. His name itself is Creative Kida, and he or she is from microbiology background, QC microbiologist, wants to shift career into bioinformatics AI/ML. What do you think? He or she can switch to bioinformatics? Over to you guys.
Yes, of course she can, because there are a whole number of microbial databases that those are available for like public databases. From there you can have the genomic analysis also, and
Mhm.
apart from that, the if you are interested particularly in quality control, then also we have databases. But if you want to switch to something else, like if you want to stay in bacteria or like any microbe, and if you want to do other part of the analysis like enrichment analysis or something different, that also is there in bioinformatics
All right.
also.
This reminds me of a very interesting incident which happened in Biotechnica, I think 8 months ago. Okay, so guys, what happened is a computer science AI/ML expert approached us saying that I want to learn biology because my project is related to AI/ML and biology, right? And he joined us, and it took him a good 8 months to learn the entire thing, but still he was not perfect, and he was taking assistance of our scientists to work on that project. So here is a thing which you all should know: a biologist can learn AI/ML bioinformatics easily than a computer scientist learning biology, because AI/ML and bioinformatics is a skill more or less, but learning biology is a knowledge base, right? Which computer scientists cannot do, right? And here is your leverage, and that is why it is called as a bio IT and not IT bio. Okay, bio comes first. If you have the biological knowledge, the IT has to be just added. So what Creative Kida just asked, okay, because you have a biological knowledge, you can add the IT to it, but it cannot be vice versa. A computer engineer cannot come and learn microbiology. It will take him probably 5 years. That is your leverage. That is your unfair advantage, guys, right? So now we will come to the next question which we have. I have an MSc in biotechnology. I want to pursue a career in bioinformatics. What will be the roadmap to go? Yeah, so I do have a roadmap, but in the meanwhile, if you would like to add something, Prakriti and Pradyut, go ahead.
Yes, so I would suggest first you do your masters in bioinformatics. That would be very much fruitful for your further career growth. And some of the best institutes are there in for providing like MTech and MSc in bioinformatics. You can choose any of those. Okay, namely the college I come from, that is Delhi Technological University. Okay.
DTU.
Apart from, yeah, DTU. Apart from that, NSUT is there. Triple IT Delhi is there. Okay. VIT is also providing, and Satyabhama University, Chennai, likewise. Okay. You can choose your option, whatever suits you better.
Right, right. So in the meanwhile, now the question is about the career path. You already have MSc in biotechnology, so what if you could learn bioinformatics and integrate in your career? So you can always do that. So I'm going to share my screen and help you understand what will be the nuances of doing that. Hold on a second while I pull out
And
my.
I
Yes,
want
go
to
ahead.
add something.
Go ahead.
As she said, MSc in biotechnology. Actually, I misunderstood. So you might add your like masters in bioinformatics also, or you can go for PhD as well. Apart from that, I would also suggest that bioinformatics is mostly based on skills. Okay, so degree obviously comes, but it is a skill based field. Okay, so the more skill you have, you're gonna get more jobs and more opportunities. That's for sure.
Right. So for our audience, we have. I'm sharing my screen right now. I hope you all can see it. So this is how your research career goes. You can be either in the academia, or you can be in the industry, or you can be the enablers of researchers. Okay. So let's talk about academia. You can become an assistant professor or a postdoc. You can pursue research with the backing of government. That's where postdoc comes or PhD comes into picture. When you go to industry, there are more or less two types of laboratory work which happens: the dry lab and the wet lab. The wet lab, you'll require molecular biology skills, but when you go for dry lab, you need bioinformatics, AI, ML, and coding for a biologist, right? Now, when you go for enablers, if you want to become an entrepreneur or administrative person, of course, a PhD will help, but that is not where your bioinformatics will come help. Will be helpful. But now I'm going to show you exactly your timeline. So I hope you can see my screen right now. So this is more or less how your timeline would be. So you start in 2024 as a bioinformatics intern at Biotechnica, and by 2025 beginning or mid, you would have published a couple of papers with us. And our scientists right here, Prodyut, Prakriti, and Nilofer ma'am. So Nilofer could not join today. So all three scientists will guide you on your research. They'll help you analyze your biological data, or you can take data from us. And then whatever paper you publish, that establishes you as a researcher in this domain. Now, as you progress and keep doing projects and a lot of work, you by the time you will touch 2028, you will be a researcher or a established scientist in big data biology. And that is where in the next 5 years, the game changes. And by 2034, you will be a senior AI ML biology scientist, just like how Prakriti and Pradyut and Nilofer are. So to get there, you have to get started somewhere today. And that day is today. So I hope that answers your question. But now I would also like to add one wonderful, amazing insight for all of you, which you all should know, and that probably is the freelancing. You can also do freelancing, right? So while your regular things are going on, you can also do freelancing. Imagine. So this adds more value to you. And here is something which I would like to share. You can see it here. You receive the data, the client pays you 50% upfront, then you do the pre-processing, data integration, statistical analysis, going ahead with biological interpretation, visualization, validation. You prepare the report and communicate it. Finally, the client pays you the remaining 50% money, and then you deliver the reports to the client. So even if you are, suppose, in some city where there is no biotech company, you can be sitting in your dormitory or bedroom in pajamas, and you would be delivering reports to probably Pfizer, Genentech, or Illumina, who knows. But for that, you have to get started today, right? So now we'll come back to our questions, which our students are asking here. I'll bring everybody on the screen. So yes, we have some questions uh, from. Let me just pull out. Okay, there are a lot of questions coming in. So creative Kira we are done with. Shraddha. Okay, Shraddha we have answered. Roadmap I have shown. Now we have a question from Be a Hustler. He is a hustler. I'm a biotechnology student. Can I use bioinformatics tools to optimize the biological process? Over to you, the experts. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
definitely. Definitely. For all the experiments you will conduct in the biotechnology based studies, further analysis, you have to come for bioinformatics tools. So, basic bioinformatics knowledge is required for every biotechnology students.
Right. Next question. Can we pursue bioinformatics along with biotechnology? Pradyut.
Yes. Yes, you can pursue bioinformatics along with biotechnology, but it would not be added as a degree. But for the skill
Good.
set part of it, yeah, for the skill set part of it, bioinformatics can be pursued alongside biology or biotechnology, or it is recommended that you do alongside. Okay, so that you can have more like precise result. If I have to give you an example, if you are doing say RNA-seq, okay, you are doing the RNA-seq and you have to analyze the data of that RNA-seq. No, so for that particular thing, you have to analyze it using bioinformatic tool sets. Okay, and like if you are growing some cell, and if you want to study the expression data of it, so for that purpose, you can also use bioinformatic tools, as well as you can do the coding part, and you can get much more visually visual representation of that particular data you can do using R and Python. Okay, that would be very much publishable and publication friendly, you can say.
Right. So my question, because you said that, Pradyut, so it's a, I have a curious question. Like, since the lot of research is happening and the bioinformatics and AI/ML is expandable, like it can be done for
Yes.
multiple fields. So don't you think publishing papers in bioinformatics, or for that matter AI/ML in biology, is going to be easier than any regular paper from the wet lab? Don't you think it will be easy?
Of course, it
Yes,
would
of
be.
course.
Right. So actually, establishing yourself as a bioinformatics or AI/ML expert is easier than a regular wet lab
Yeah,
thing.
and one more thing, sir, I want to add
Yeah.
that if you want to do research in the ease of your home, that you can do
Right.
using bioinformatics only. Because for other parts you have to go to the lab. There is no alternative.
True.
I am not
True.
telling you to not go to lab, but the thing is this, that if some pandemic happens, okay, because I was working with CSIR IGIB previously when
Hmm.
the COVID hit. So I was accessing like HPCC, like high performance computing cluster from IIT Madras, and I was flawlessly doing my work without any hindrance, and I didn't have to go to IIT Madras for that matter. So that
Right.
is one convenience you have.
Right. Right. Of course, the convenience part is always there. Okay. So moving ahead with the next question, sir, ma'am, what is your opinion? Is it good to take bioinformatics as a main subject in MSc or learn it alongside biochemistry? What do you guys?
You can do both. If you want to pursue biochemistry as your main subject, you can take it. And side by side, you can do any courses related to bioinformatics. Like our Biotechnica is also offering so many courses from basic to advanced level. So you can, and you have to just give 1 hour or your day, so you can learn the bioinformatics step by step. So likewise, or you can take bioinformatics as your main subject in your masters. Like I have also done a BSc in zoology, but I have chosen my main subject as a bioinformatics. So you can choose anything, just you have to give the time and understand the proper questions that comes in your mind.
Right, right. That's a great insight. And if I'm not wrong, you did computational chemistry, right? So you had
Yeah,
a chemistry ingredient added there. How did
yeah.
it help? How did it
So
help you?
basically, it's very important to understand both the things, bioinformatics as well as the chemoinformatics aspects of. Because sometimes you have to, when you are going to the field of drug discovery, you have to deal with the chemical. So
Right,
understanding of the chemical property, it's very important to know the chemoinformatics part also. So that in that way, it's a complete amalgamation of multiple subjects.
Right, right. So I would like to add this Venn diagram on the screen now for everyone and for Salim. And this is where it's very important for all of you to know, because ma'am has mentioned about our course. I'll come to that also. So, guys, there are four aspects when you look at your career. The first is industry demand. What's in the demand today? The second is what you love. The third is what will keep giving you money forever. Number fourth is what will never go out of fashion. And you can see the overlaps I have written as per my experience and interaction with CEOs, experts, scientists, our own internal faculty members. We saw that bioinformatics, AI, ML, drug development, interdisciplinary subjects has got that potential. Okay. So to answer your question, is taking bioinformatics a main subject good? Yes. But anyways, when you're going to do research, if you love biochemistry, then do biochemistry. Bioinformatics can be as an added skill set. So probably that will help you. So you have to keep that in mind. Now, one important aspect, because ma'am mentioned about our course, is this. If you see on the screen today, only for today, we are offering this course, which we are running, which we are going to start from 22nd. Okay, it is called as AI/ML in biology and bioinformatics. And this training program is for 1 month, 3 months, and 6 months. You can opt for any of these, and you can get a 25% discount on this. The coupon code is AI Champ, which I will write it down here. So you'll have to go to the link. I'll share the link also. Hold on. So you'll have to go to this link, and you can go ahead and enroll yourself. Okay. Let me just check if it is the right link. Okay. So this way you can learn this particular course, which is starting from 22nd of April. Okay. So I have shared the links in the chat box. This particular coupon code expires today at 9 p.m. So if you are interested, you can always go ahead and enroll yourself. There is a 25% discount on this course for 1 month, 3 months, and 6 months. And there is a chat support over there. If you have any further questions, you can ask our team and they will guide you. Okay. So now we'll come back to the questions which we are getting here. All right. So Hustler, your question is answered. Badal Kumar, your question is answered. Salim, what is your opinion to? Okay, I'll display this. What is your opinion? Is it good to take bioinformatics as means? Okay, we have answered that. All right. Badal Kumar, does it require maths and IT subject to apply for bioinformatics? Over to you guys.
So the subject, as in subject, maths and IT, you will not be requiring. Okay, but if you are dealing with some core aspects of bioinformatics, like if you want to explore into the depth of drug biology, you have to deal with some sort of physics. Okay,
Statistics.
biophysics, maths. There are okay, and for IT purpose, like only coding. Okay, like
Right.
basic skills you require.
Right. And I would like to add here, Pradyut, is
Yes.
maths, IT, and statistics, and all of this is a skill. You don't need the degree of it,
No,
but
no.
you can always develop any day. Correct.
Sure, sure.
It
Yes.
can always be developed, and uh, per se about the coding part. So yeah, this is a popular question among our students. So I think I should put in front of Prakriti and Pradyut. So they say that anyways AI is coming, so coding will not be required in the future. What's your opinion on this?
No,
What do
sir.
you
So
think?
I
Coding
don't.
will, yeah, I want to add this. If
Yeah.
AI will come also, then also you must know about the coding knowledge. Because ultimately, you are the one who are going to deal with those codes or those AI ML techniques. Computer or codes automatically is not going to solve the problems. And one more thing, in researcher or any field, the problem coining is the most important thing, and that can be done by only using human mind. The problem
Yes.
coining is not performed by the AI or ML. They can
Okay.
give the answers.
Yes. Pradyut,
Yes.
go ahead.
Yes, I also have a similar take on this. Like whenever something comes, something better is waiting. Okay, that's what I feel. So it is not that human jobs will not be there. If you are not skillful enough, then your job might be affected. Okay.
Of
But if
course.
you are skillful enough, you have to upgrade. Obviously, that's why I said it is always a upgrading field. You have to upgrade yourself. That
True,
is
true, true.
important.
So I would like to add something here, because this is my experience with coding and AI, because I also work on that. So, all right. So you don't know coding, all right? So you developed the AI, or you are working on an AI tool. So there are two aspects of it. If you want to develop an AI tool for the biological research, then you need to know coding, because if your AI is stuck, you don't know which part of AI is stuck, right?
Yeah.
So you have to go in and fix that, right? So you need that
Yeah.
you need to know the nuts and bolts of your code, right? Then only you can fix the AI. And what Pradyut says is very true, that in fact, for chat GPT or all of this, they're not independent thinkers yet. The AGI, which is the general intelligence, which we call it as, it is still not there. Okay. So human mind is still much better. And if you
Yeah.
know coding, it adds more value to your CV, your resume, and that's what the career part comes in. All right, so we have a very nice question coming in from Benjamin Pam, and he or she says that, I'm done with MSc in computer science. I want to pursue a career in bioinformatics. So, is it worth it? What are the prospects? How can I identify research gaps in bioinformatics? Over to you guys.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. And it is going to help you a lot if you are having the knowledge of computational sciences, because you can design the tools or you can develop some methods that can going to be helpful for solving the problems, biological problem. So for that, you have to just identify the or coin the problem, that which kind of tool is not existing, or what kind of tools require some more extra modification. So using these things, you can apply the knowledge of your sciences.
Right. So, Pradyut, would you like to add something?
No, no.
Okay, cool. So I would like to add something here for Benjamin Pam. So Benjamin, congratulations, you've done the great job. You've got a MSc in computer science. Now that you want to get into bioinformatics, there are two things which will benefit you. The first is there'll be less competition, because a computer scientist who has bioinformatics in knowledge, that combination is rare. Okay, so that will help you. But the second thing is, I'll give you a very simple example. All right, so you must have used a Microsoft Word or a PowerPoint. So, if you are an end user of it, that's one side of it. Or you are the person who coded it, that's the other side of it. You can be that coder who develops or helps a company develop a bioinformatics software, say Schrodinger. So, you have both your fingers in, what we call in our local language, ghee, right? So you have both the fingers in ghee. So yeah, both the hands in ghee. So you can just pull out. So I hope you got my point. Now, we have a question coming in from LinkedIn viewer, Mark Al Sheikh, and he says, I really enjoy bioinformatics. I'm now completing my first year of biochemistry bachelor's, and I've done some bioinformatics practical works. I really want to do wet lab and complete this with bioinformatics. Okay, good luck, Mark, and good luck to your research. In the meanwhile, I would like to remind our viewers that there is a coupon called as AI Champ, and this is the link which you have to go btnk.org/AI-champ. Only till today, only till evening 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time. If you're out of India, then you should follow the Indian Standard Time, and basically that's, I think, one more hour you have to capitalize on this coupon code and get your AI ML in drug discovery and biology training for 25% discount. We do have another one which might be helpful for you, and that is a bioinformatics. Okay, so we do have a coupon code bioinformatics champion b. The link I'm sharing in the chat box right now and displaying here on the screen, you can utilize these two to get your 25% discount on the bioinformatics training which Biotechnica has got. And both the coupon codes are expiring tonight in the next 1 hour. So whichever you want to choose, please do that. If you have any questions, there is a chat box over there on the website. You can chat with our admission expert and get guided. Okay. So now we'll come back to our next question. I'm just trying to sift through a lot of questions which has come. Okay, Mark, we have picked up. Next is Sol of honey. What is the basic requirement for this? Means we have to get enrolled into a degree. So what's the minimum computer knowledge required? Over to the experts.
Nothing much actually. You just have to have a computer and unhindered network
Good.
network provide. Okay, apart from that everything will be taught to you. It is if you have some basic knowledge, it would be fruitful for you. Otherwise we will teach. That is not a big deal.
Right, right. So, Soul of Honey, you have a beautiful nickname. Now, the answer to you is zero. You need zero computer knowledge. All you need to know is how to switch on a computer. You need to have biological knowledge, and you need to follow the instructions from our expert, and they will guide you through the entire process. We
But
understand that you are coming from a non-IT background. And in fact, our experts also, our scientists also, are coming from a non-IT background, right? If they
Yeah.
could do it, why can't you? Right? So you have to, shed that fear, because today's fear will hinder your tomorrow's growth. The bio IT revolution is here. If you are not taking charge of your destiny, then someone will, and then you will have to pay that person for your biological research data, and you will be like, hey, I could have saved so much money if I had listened to Shekhar sir 5 years ago. So listen to me today, enroll in bioinformatics or AI
so
ML.
one more
Okay.
thing, sir, I have to
Yes, go ahead. Go
add.
ahead.
So if you don't have any knowledge in computer science, so you need to do it side by side with us, okay? And you need to have a more pointed focus so that you can learn faster. And for that, you have to be dedicated enough. So the dedication part is needed, not the computational knowledge. Okay.
Absolutely. Dedication is needed, consistency is needed. Those are human traits which you have to inculcate, right? Okay. Moving ahead, we have a question from Raghavendra. I'm a postgraduate with biotechnology, but my professional experience insurance domain. I want to make a transition. Is it possible? Raghavendra, my take to you is yes, but in the meanwhile, experts, would you like to add something? So he has experience in insurance domain, not in the biotech domain.
So insurance domain means what kind of insurance? I'm
It could
not
be life
clear.
insurance. He could be in the sales and life insurance and
Okay,
other stuff.
you want to transform your career from a sales background to a technical background. Yeah, that is
Yes.
possible, but you have to work harder than others. That is what I feel like. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Dr.
And I
If you
think,
want to,
yeah,
yeah.
I think one more point I would like to add for Raghavendra and for all our audience is this revolution which we are seeing right now is going to generate 100,000 jobs in the next 3 years, just in India. I'm not talking about the world. Biotech and pharma companies are going to hire people who have this degree, who have this skill, right? Sorry, not the degree, but the skill. So if you want to reinvent your career, now is the right time, because later on, once there are a lot many experts, you will have to struggle just like how a regular MSc biotech student struggles today. So here's your chance to make or reinvent your career. Okay. So I hope that answers your question. Raghavendra, you have my email ID, I hope. If you don't have, I'll give you. It is Shekhar at biotechnica.org. You can reach out to me and I'll guide you on that personally. Okay. So Naveen has a question. Can we use AI to detect the drug targets in the future? Over to you guys.
Yes,
Not in the
definitely.
future. We are doing it right now.
We're doing
Yeah.
it right now. We are in the future. We are the future.
For
Okay. Next
best
question.
example, we have given that AlphaFold that is going to predict the drug target. That is completely
Right.
based on the AI.
Yeah, and
Right.
this for the screening part also we have tools based on AI and ML.
Yes. A very interesting question actually from Pranav. And he says, many students don't want to go for PhD or research. Is it compulsory to get placed?
So it's your choice. Like I haven't done PhD, but I am pursuing this career because, as I said initially, also I am not downgrading upon the degree. Obviously, degree is required.
True.
Degree
True.
will hold many importance, but in this particular field, skill stands has more prevalence than degree. That is what I feel. Dr.
Yes.
Prakriti has done PhD. She might add something to it. Yeah.
Yes.
No, you must like if you want to pursue your career in academics, or you want to be a scientist, or want to pursue career in research background, then you have to go for PhD. Otherwise, you must have the knowledge of bioinformatics, and you can solve the problems, and you can get the place in some better company or some better place.
Absolutely. So my take on this would be, if it was 2020 or before that, I would have said yes, you need a PhD. In 2024, you don't need a PhD to get placed per se, but for growth in your career, if it is government, you need a PhD. If it is non-government, you can definitely grow with the help of your skill set, with your grit, determination, and support from your peers and your network. Okay, but having a PhD has its own advantages where you can go for advanced career options. So if you want to advance your career into deep science, then you need a PhD. I hope
Take
that
it as an
answers it.
experience, because you would be having like 5 to 7 years of experience in that particular field with a
So that's
particular
equivalent.
research question. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So Jerome Phillips suggests the map for pursuing a PhD in bioinformatics. Jerome, if you are in India, go for CSIRNet. If you are out of India, then apply for scholarship in various universities and do your PhD in bioinformatics. You have to choose your institute, and that's how it works. Uh, Experts, would you like to add something?
No, that's it.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's
all, right?
perfect.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it works. So yes, Badal agrees that biology comes first. First, true. Jerome, is bioinformatics or computational biology a better option for job prospect? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Experts, would you like to add something?
No,
Yeah.
bioinformatics and computational biology are basically the same thing. Okay, given like named different, but we are solving the same problem basically. Somewhere you might see the course as MTech Bioinformatics. Like in DTU, we have MTech Bioinformatics, and Triple IT Delhi, we have MTech in computational biology. So there is not
Right.
much of a, the course is similar, and we are
So more,
solving the same problem. Yeah.
yes, more or less it's the same coin, the way you look at it. Okay.
Yeah.
So next question is from Zafira. I'm a graduate in zoology. I want to work in pharmaceutical industry. Is this course helpful for me? Absolutely, Zafira. This course is for people like you. All right. So experts, would you like to answer that question or add something?
Yeah, like Zafira, I mentioned that I am from the zoology background. I have done zoology honors, and after that I have chosen the bioinformatics and get enrolled in PhD. So definitely it's going to be helpful for you, and you can get the job in pharmaceutical industry after taking the proper training in the bioinformatics field.
Right. So you can look at it that if we are determined for it, if we have figured things out, we're going to get it. But important thing is to decide today. Think clearly, decide today. If you're thinking, okay, future may we will see, maybe we'll get. No, that's not how it works. Once the industry is saturated, you will keep complaining that there are low salary jobs. But for those who started early, they are well placed as chief scientific officers. Start early, grab the opportunity, because later on, the economy works on the demand and supply. If there is more supply of bioinformaticians in the future, you will still struggle. So, right now, is the right time to pursue this career.
One more
Okay.
thing I just want to
Yes.
add on this question, this particular question, like
Yes.
particularly in bioinformatics, you can focus on the field of RNA-seq data analysis and drug biology if you want to pursue a career in pharmaceutical industry, because those two things are the most important in biopharmaceutical companies.
Right. So that's very, very important here, what Pradyut just said. Now we'll move on to the next question. I have done my MSc in botany. Can I apply? Of course, no
Yes.
doubts about it. You can always do that. Okay, there is an interesting question from Srishti Sharma. She says that very few companies are involved in biotechnology and bioinformatics research worldwide, and there are very less vacancies in India, and that too very less salary package. What's your take on that, experts?
No,
No, I
it's a
don't
myth.
think so.
Yeah.
Yes, you may take.
You
I follow.
Yeah, sure. No, it's a completely myth that there are very less opportunity related to biotechnology or bioinformatics. Just you have to find out the right company or right place. There are many companies or many places those are giving the opportunities with high package salaries. So, but your skill should be very advanced level. You should be do the advanced courses related to bioinformatics, and your knowledge should be that can match the requirement of those companies, so you can solve the problem that they are providing.
Right. I would like to add something here, what Prodyut and Prakriti said, that, this notion that there are very less jobs, very less, somebody has to teach you a job hunt first. Because if you don't know the art of job hunting, you will be like, there are no jobs. But truth is, those jobs are getting filled faster than you get to know also, right? And probably that is where, Shrishti, you should join our WhatsApp job assistance program. We will help you there, because that's not the truth. I am placing candidates in bioinformatics companies. So what's stopping you? Reach out to me and I'll help you on that. Okay. So that's not true for that. Okay. For next question is eligibility for this course. I'm a BSc student in biotechnology. What do you think? A BSc can learn bioinformatics, what we are teaching?
Yes,
Yes,
of
of course.
course.
Of course, that's the right age. That's the ripe age to get started.
Exactly.
Okay. Uh, Pranav, you wanted us to answer your question. I hope we have answered that. Uh, all right. So, did we miss your question, Pranav? Please let me know. Raghavendra wants my email ID. So, as always, here you go. Okay. Now, the reason I give my email ID is because I believe that every child out there deserves the right opportunity. And if it comes to me, I'll definitely forward to you or reach out to you. So go ahead, guys. You can please note it down. If you have any questions pertaining to today's session or any future sessions, here is my email ID. You can always ask me and I will guide you. Okay. So time is very less, last 4 minutes, and we have a couple of questions. Ilya James, I'm a postgraduate in zoology. Should I learn to get a job related with bio IT? Answer is yes. I answered that question. Solar Funny, please make a video regarding paths after MSc. Mine is Botany. We have made a lot of such videos. Please check our YouTube channel, or you can just reach out to me at my email ID. I'll guide you personally. Okay. And also eligibility and skill set. So yeah, because now time is less, I have shared my email ID. You can reach out to me. Suggest some bioinformatics companies in India. You have multiple companies. We recently released a list of 20 plus companies. It is on our website, Jerome. Please check it out. And that's how you can get it. If you want the direct link, just because right now I don't have it, you just drop me an email at this email ID and I will guide you. So anybody out there who needs help in this, you can reach out. Anything with your careers, you can reach out to me and I'll guide you personally. Creations, more detail about paper publication assistance in the internship. Good question. So how this works is, initial first month you will take the training, then you opt for 3 months and 6 months. Ideally 6 months is required for a paper publication. Then we give you the biological data, you do the analysis, and if something novel, if something new comes up, which will be accepted as a paper, research paper, if you have discovered something or found out which a new way of doing the same thing, you can publish it as a paper in top reputed journals. And our scientists on the top, which you can see, Prodyut, Prakriti, and of course Nilofer ma'am, who could not join today, all the three scientists will guide you. They will have a direct one-to-one session every day to look at the progress of your research and guide you on what needs to be done. You'll be able to share your screen, show where you're getting stuck with your project, with your research, and they will be guiding you one-to-one, step by step, so that you can solve this. Okay. So I hope that answers your question. Pranav, I am not sure when I skipped your question. Please drop me an email. Okay. So Pranav, if I skipped your question, here is my mail ID. Drop me a question. Drop me your question. I'll answer that. Okay. Next question is from Munai or Munai, whatever it is. So I've done MSc in chemistry. I want to pursue a career in bioinformatics without PhD. What will be the roadmap to go? What skills I need to know? Over to you, experts. This is the last question for today. Yes. Would you like to answer that?
Yeah, so you can choose your career in cheminformatics portion, where you have to you'll conduct all the analysis related to chemical properties or heavy metals, in nanotechnology, nanoparticle development, optimization of these nanoparticles. In such field, you can choose your career or pursue your career.
Right. That was a very nice input from Dr. Prakriti. So for all those students whom we could not answer, or if you have any follow-up questions, I will display my email ID one more time. Here it is, shekhar@biotechnica.org, and you can drop me a mail and I will guide you personally on whatever is your question. And those who want to go ahead and enroll themselves, here is a coupon code and here is the link, and I'm sharing the screen here. This is what you're getting, 25% discount, and this is valid only for the next 1 hour. So you have time till 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time to go ahead and capture this course. If you want to know more about anything, you can always drop me an email at shekhar@biotechnica.org. So that's all from our side today. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope we were
Thank you,
able to
Dr.
answer all your questions. And in the future, definitely, we are going to come up with more exciting research-oriented projects for all of you. If you have any suggestions, questions, feedback, or anything you would like to add, let us know in the comment section, or you can drop me an email. Thank you, Dr. Prakriti and Prodyut, for that exciting
Thank
session today. It was really interesting to interact with you all after a long time. So, good night, everyone, and see you soon in the next one. Till then, keep shining. Bye bye. Thank you.
Right.
Bye bye, everyone.